I'm here at one of the most unique veteran memorials in all of the United States. Stick around to find out why. I'm currently visiting the Mount Soledad Veterans Memorial here in La Jolla, California. Now, many call it the most unique Veterans Memorial in all of America, and that's because it is the only monument dedicated to all veterans from the American Revolution up until present times, both living and deceased. And I'll tell you, being up here and checking out the views of San Diego and the coastline, it's absolutely stunning. Now, this monument was first established in 1954, so 70 years ago. It still stands here proudly. It is privately owned. And in fact, the large white cross you see behind me was the center of some controversy for over 25 years. There was a number of court cases and litigation that were brought forth to have that cross removed because people felt that, it might have been an infringement on their own religious freedoms. But all of that became a moot point when this became privately owned, and today the cross still stands at Mount Soledad Veterans Memorial. All right, I am now going to walk around the memorial a little bit to explore, and this really is a unique monument. I like the black stone tablets that they have for each veteran, and of course you have veterans from all branches of the military and from military service that dates all the way back to the American Revolution up until modern times. Most of these are people that we've probably never heard of, but we should have. And of course there are some dedicated to men and women who are a little more well known, either due to their rank or perhaps some of the heroic actions that they carried out. This one here is really cool. It's dedicated to World War II paratroopers. And it says they parachuted at Amfreville, France on June 5th, 1994 at the 50th year commemoration of the Normandy landings. And it lists the men here. This spot here, it just says Jedburghs, which caught my eye. And, as I read, I'm learning, it says the Jedburghs who parachuted into enemy-occupied territory in 1944 in France and in the Netherlands armed more than 100,000 young resistance members, whom they later led to combat during the liberation fights. Of course, there are men and women from all branches of the military, though you will notice there are quite a few Navy, which San Diego being a Navy town may make a lot of sense. It's really cool to see these, and actually, I mentioned it, there are men and women. Here's one that caught my eye. This is Lola C. Simpson, a first lieutenant in the United States Army in World War II. Lola served as a flight nurse with the Army Air Corps, treating the combat wounded and sick at various field hospitals in Europe. Here we see a plaque dedicated to Lorraine Marie Gilmore, who served as a staff sergeant in the U.S. Marine Corps during World War II. Driven by her passion to join the Marines, Lorraine overcame the obstacles of her diminutive size. Her persistence led to her success in her transportation duties and her loyal and proud years in the Corps. I touched on how this monument is dedicated to all American veterans from the Revolution all the way to modern times. And here we see a tablet for the American Civil War, with 4 individuals listed on here: Joseph Hewitt, Sebron Mills, Richard Courtney, and Benaiah Patton. Of course, other than individuals, there are a lot of plaques here that are dedicated to ships and different units. Here we see one to the USS Picking, DD 685, one to a CB team, and then of course one to the 2nd Battalion 1st Marine Division. This is dedicated to those that were killed in action on August 26, 2021 at the airport in Kabul, Afghanistan. One thing I've always loved about, seeing mountains or being somewhere where it's mountainous is this time of the evening where everything just kind of has this purple pink hue. Maybe that's where, I don't know, I was just thinking, sorry for the pause, but I was just thinking the purple mountain majesty. I don't know, I've never really thought about that, but I wonder if it comes from, just this view, especially here out west, where you get the sun setting and you just get this very unique, I guess, purple hue. The mountains just look absolutely beautiful. Again, I know with this wide angle you may not be able to appreciate as much as I am right now, but maybe all the more reason for you to come visit Mount Soledad. Being up here and being able to pay our respects to all these veterans who served and to take in these views too really just kind of gives a good opportunity to reflect on all of their sacrifices and also to really appreciate what it means to be an American and all the things that we have in this country to be thankful for. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my time here at the Mount Soledad Veterans Memorial. It has been a beautiful visit. I've really enjoyed getting to learn a little bit more about some of the veterans that have served this country. And again, it is a very unique memorial. The fact that it's dedicated to veterans both living and deceased from the Revolution all the way to today. It's a neat opportunity to come really appreciate the sacrifices that Americans have made over the past 250 years or so. And if you ever get a chance, you're visiting San Diego, it's definitely worth the side trip and the drive to come up to La Jolla to check this out. This one is pretty unique. All right, that is it for this. Until next time, it's on to the next journey.